Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. They can take, turn my volume down. They can take it all, Mick, they can take it all. Alrighty-o. Everything's good in Zwift. Yep. Alrighty-o guys, 10 seconds to go. Let me know if my sound's bad or something. Alrighty-o. A bit warm here today. It's not hot, but it's just humid. Thanks, David. No idea, Mick. I assume yes. It depends who you ask. WTRL doesn't seem to be very forthcoming. Maybe they don't know themselves. I posted on Facebook, the admin approved the question but didn't answer the question. Is it too loud or does it just sound good? Oh. With mine and arrow just here. I'll try and get to 1,000, Paul. Yeah, Kelvin, just dropped it in the wax today. This guy's a little bit dangerous. I'll try and roll to the back. Alright, here we go. Roll forward just to get the pack going. Yeah, we'll just try and form up before we make the attack. I'm going to try and do the sprints. I can't read any of the chats, Mick. I can't even see the general. Yeah, we're attacking right now, Kelvin. I've actually turned Discord off, just in case there's Evo listening. Yeah. That's the good thing about not having too many views. Pretty certain there's no chance of giving away our tactics. Yep, just come up this corner. Make sure you move to the front just as the corner's arriving. Yeah, get out of here, Kyle. Bloody Evo rider. That's why you're friends with you, isn't it? Oh, there goes an attack. Must be one of the next gen riders. Wow, sweating like a pig already. Ah, Greg. That's a nice bit of rest. That's my warm-up done. If you see Mash going, let us know. Speaking of Mash, where is he? Just behind me. We still don't know if it's fastest through sector here or not, so. Mash is right here. Mash is going. For 15th. Nice one, Tristan. Tristan got first over line. Little split at the back. Move forward if you're at the back. Okay, keep an eye on this. So this is the soft pedal corner. Remember to get your rest around this corner. Cheers, Greg. Yeah, Calvin. Problem is, do we go for fastest through sector again next lap? We got good points though. I think we got first over line, maybe 5th, maybe 9th. I'll put Discord on for a little bit.
Okay, Ghost. They'll go as we go through the arch at the top. You get a run up.
Okay.
Anyway, so
Yeah, that's what I tried.
yeah, I've got a Ghost this time. So
Discord down a bit.
it's usually the best bet. Because once it's gone, it's gone. There's no point trying too late.
Yeah, I was gonna hold it till next time, but oh.
This is a nice recovery now.
Yeah.
Are we going to go through fastest through sector for this lap, just in case first lap doesn't count?
I'm fairly certain the first one does.
Yeah. I
Well,
think
I'm happy to go with the easier not do it effort.
Max has got the green jersey, so obviously it counted.
According to Dave Sherpa's week on, that one counted.
I was going to say something.
It's best to assume anyway. And if it gets you a faster through segment point either way.
Mashed potatoes, the
it's worth
sprinter
it.
for Evo.
Yeah.
She's pretty light, but does about 1,200 watts or 1,100 watts.
I hope so, because I didn't want to waste that one.
It's only
Yeah, me
60,
too.
69 or 72 kilos. Maybe 69, something like that.
I'm fairly certain that one.
Alright, yeah, get ready for this ramp up. Roll forward, hopefully I get an easy roll up the hill. Almost there. Let's ease off a bit. Thanks, Tavius. It's all pretty much as expected so far. Yeah, Ed. That's one of the reasons why I like doing APAC. People can see what the, not exactly what it's going to be like in their race, but get a good gist. There's two people off with the ghost power up, gone early. It's going to kick off now, guys. Let's get my nose on the wind a little bit. There we go. Confident we can chase these guys down from here. Okay, get the momentum. There goes one guy. Don't know what I got there.
No, boys, nothing for me there.
I went early. Got full 50-foot line.
Nice one. Next gen making a little attack. Yeah, Kelvin. 7, 13, maybe first. All right. Rest here, boys. Who's that monstering off the front? I think next gen's going for a break.
Yeah, Margin's on it. Margin's just hit on.
So good. Not sure my legs are going to be very sprint worthy tonight, but do it well. Got to get fit somehow.
Try to get across now, boys. Got to stir the sugar in. Where's my socks gone though? Must have been stolen when I did entered the pen for Tour de Zwift. Got charged sock fee. Yep. That's why I couldn't sprint. Hey Nick, glad you got to work safely. As expected, Nick. Easy till the sprints. A couple of early attacks. Going early seems to be successful. Unless he's posting from the hospital, Ed. We'll post up an emergency unit photo soon. Oh, bloody school run parents are so bad. Run you over just to get the kid to school. Shower watching is the best. That comment's about as good as yours, Nick. On your stream. I won't mention the comment because I'll probably get struck out of YouTube. Alright. Let's see if people have lost their legs. Not early attacks anymore. Try go later this time with the power up. Get to the back a little bit more, not too much. Nothing still.
Did you get some, Ben?
No, not here.
So you guys 6 or 7?
Yeah.
I think Brett got some points.
His 18 team's got it. Got some good numbers.
Someone's dropping off the back. Reminder of the rest here. Yeah, Sean. It's kind of good. People don't know it though. It's pretty obvious if you're paying attention to the speed. But I think people are worried. They'll kick you out of the corner before they're even out of the corner. And I think that makes them think they've got to kick harder next time. Yeah, Ed. Because they think they put down 700 watts and think they've gone nowhere. So next time they push harder. good road race, Ed. Mark O'Brien, I'm not going to spoil it, but Mark O'Brien's there on the coverage in the last important bit. No worries, Paul, thanks for joining. We're getting closer and closer, I think, to these sprints. I think. Maybe this sprint,
How are you
I'll
feeling,
get some
boys?
points. So I've got not a power up. I'm feeling pretty good considering.
Wind box.
Yeah. I must admit that my heart rate is hella high.
Oh.
Have we still got everyone in this front group? Or are we missing one?
15 drops.
I'm still up there. I'm still here.
Yeah, Tristan's here.
And I'll get dropped here. Not hot, just humid. Doesn't look it, but definitely sticky. Alright, over this little brow. We'll roll back together again. I think it's only 22 today. Just no breeze.
Just putting it out there. Jumping the TTT on there.
I'm not too bad, depends how the sprint goes. Just try and stay in on this sprint maybe. Drift to the back. Someone's gone early. Good for me now. God damn it. Thought I might have got that one. Nothing for me. Go on, Tristan. Yeah, dropping a few. Yeah, we'll stick to the plan because it gives us more options if it doesn't work. That's me. Yeah. If you drop, just drop back and sit in the group. Yep, I reckon that just try and go. If you can't go, just sit back in the bunch again.
Saying you've been agreeing that we got to just try it. So
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I guess the question is where to go. We could try from the
Yeah, see if we can form up and roll through the group before that corner. Yeah, exactly. I reckon we go, there's only 29 in the group. If we get 4 or 5, there's only 20 guys pushing. Try and get a gap before then though. Then you can roll. Rightio, form up. I'm just rolling to the pack now. About 14th. A few seconds and then we'll go. Right, everyone ready to go? All right. Go on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Easy roll around this corner. Kick out.
Okay, sorry boys, on. Let's go.
Follow their wheels.
Hey, let them chase, boys. If you're towards the front, Brett.
Keep pushing you guys at the front. All right, chance to stretch it up this hill. Oh man. One last push.
Good luck, boys.
Good work. Get a rest now.
There's 26. So we dropped a couple. And by we, I mean you boys.
Mash is still here.
Hey, good work, boys. Okay.
Save your energy for the chase, and that last pinch will be chase, pinch, chase, sprint.
Yep.
Just remember everyone's stop. That's the shoe. Yeah.
Oh, my fan.
Oh.
If you're listening, Whitney, come help with my fan.
Okay.
Please.
You guys got some points, boys. Don't you sweat.
Yeah, I got to take it off first.
Yeah,
That's all.
that was good. It definitely helped our sprint points.
As I said, I think we're a bit better when the base is hard.
We definitely made it harder.
Dying here. Yeah. Oh,
I knocked over one of my fans as well. Can you hear my fan ticking?
righty, boys. Not long to go.
Just 2 efforts, guys, 2 efforts.
I've only got a ghost. I won't be much use in the sprint. I'll probably see how we go.
Yep. Just do what you can. All finish line points are good.
I got a van.
I've got an arrow.
Okay, Tristan's got an arrow. I should follow him. I'll let him go. I don't know. Depends how early he goes. If he goes early, I let him go. Yeah. That's my heart ticking. Definitely not my cadence. One last swig of water. Hopefully no one attacks here because we've hurt them. think so, Nick. Such a long sprint. Nah, Nick. We're in Division 1 now. Good Evo guys and good New Zealand Bro guys. Good team ZWC guys. Kind of makes it hard to work out. That's my teammate. Or next gen aero. We need home and away kits. Okay, it's kicking off. Yeah, but Thrall can win with nothing. I ain't Thrall.
Right. Nearly there, boys.
Good effort, boys. It's really hard to judge this sprint. Go late and you don't make it. Go early, you get mobbed. Watch for the ghost. I'll kick off the sprint. Here we go.
Went second, Kingston fourth, Luke, sixth. Oh man.
Oh. Great effort, boys. Third,
Man.
fifth.
Thought it was
Luke.
gone, boys. Oh man. Hey, what up, Brett? That's it.
And Luke.
Guys.
Luke,
Yeah,
well
Luke.
done for your second ride.
Josh. Yeah. Oh, Luke, you did so well, mate.
One, two,
Oh,
three.
Well done
Yeah.
for pushing that effort. I smashed it. I absolutely smashed it. Oh, man.
Well, we did what we came to do, which was make it hard.
Hey, boys, we got second, fourth, sixth, and I didn't go past that. So we got some good points. I reckon we've got to be happy with that.
I'm happy with that.
And we did pick up some points in the preems as well. So I think we'll keep in that, third, fourth range, which is good.
And I think it shows that we've got to make the race hard to bring it to us.
Yeah.
Pretty good ride, Brett.
Yeah,
well done, mate.
Josh and Muzz, you were smashing it on the front to make that hard. I was trying to come in for a pull, but I had nothing. I hit the wind for about 10 seconds and that was it.
You guys did so well. I reckon that went in our favour so much because you boys did that. So, well done.
Yeah, before that I was thinking we're getting nothing here. Like we're doing well, but
That was very bad.
we're picking up scraps. But then we turned the tide.
Yeah. Because then once it was hard, we actually started getting good in the sprint because,
Yeah, like
the legs were a bit dead.
I'm not a sprinter, I'm good when it gets hard. And I was just seeing
Yeah.
people roll past me every sprint until we got made it hard. And then after that, I was holding my own.
I was in such a dark place there, boys, that doing that, second half, but came out of it was just good.
Yeah, when you were struggling, I knew it was the right move because you're strong. So if you're hurting, so is everyone else.
Yeah. And then it was good because it was so hard, it meant I actually had a good sprint at the end, so, and it worked as well.
Yeah, I went for that sprint before you decided to go, and I thought, I didn't want to interrupt your plan, so I just sort of sat back and let you smash it.
Yeah, exactly,
And
Mick.
then I had enough when it all got back, and I got some points. I mean, probably could have got no points if all of us were in that split.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
was
think
my
we did
backup
well.
plan. That's what I was thinking. We'll make it hard, even if it comes back together again. If you guys don't make it in our split, you've got the legs because you've been sitting in the pack. Still hard, but
Yeah,
it makes it easier on you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kelvin, you're making you do the breakaway.
Luke,
One of the guys in the chat, Kelvin, he's the guy that I did that race with. He's saying he doesn't want to ride with me because I make it hard. That was a great race, Kelvin.
Who mentioned to go a little bit later? I think that would have been the go because the long drag up this bit.
Yeah.
Usually a 3-degree bump is where you get caught.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing though. I've done a lot of races where everyone goes there early, so I was wanting to go before everyone else.
Yeah.
Get the jump on them.
Okay.
And I've done that
Yeah.
race with the guy Kelvin and Ben Hill.
But
And we-
it still sort of served its purpose.
Yeah, exactly. Because when I did it with Ben Hill, we stayed away because people came across on that hill, 2 or 3 riders,
yeah,
and that's what I wanted. I wanted to get to that hill and make people work to come to us.
I reckon it worked because generally that last lap, you helped leather and it all got, I think everyone was knackered and just waiting for that end.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's what everyone does. They wait till that last lap and go on that kicker and try and stay away. But no one tried that.
which was good actually, I think, in the end, because I think we did better having a sort of easier lead into that sprint, but harder.
Thanks, Tom.
Harder. That's it.
Yeah, because last season it showed that we're good at sprinting after a really hard effort before the sprint. Whereas if we had a 30 or 40 second rest, we get beaten in the sprint.
Yeah, true, yeah.
But I'm just glad you guys stuck with the plan, even if you weren't quite sure about it, because that's the key. I don't think it mattered really what plan we did, as long as we tried to execute.
And look, the positive, boys, that we've got some hard races coming up. Like next week in New York is going to be hard, and that's going to really play in our favour. So it's good to get some points these two first weeks.
Yeah, you guys, you're all Luke as well. I'm glad Luke stayed in this time. I know he was disappointed last week getting caught out, but this week he showed what he had.
Yeah. No, it won't be long till he's on the turn.
Oh man. And I think we definitely put the sword again to the other aero team.
That's annoying because sometimes I'm at the back and I see an arrow rider go off. I'm like, who is that?
I know, it's deceiving, you don't know who it is. You see you pass them and you think, oh, it's a different name that's not up.
Yeah, we need home and away kits.
Yeah.
But maybe next week for New York, we all ride like the green Tron or something.
Yeah, because the Tron's the bike to ride for New York.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe we can tell Jay to go on the other chart and tell them to ride like the yellow Tron or purple Tron or something.
Yeah, because we haven't got access to that chat, do we?
No, but I think Jay does. Oh, Josh, I think, is on that chart as well. So him up, Josh.
I changed my critical power back to get rid of those stupid...
Boys, that absolutely fucked me.
Come on,
that
1,000.
That was so hard.
I found that one a little bit better than last week. Last week killed me. I just couldn't recover that quick and between the sprint. This way I can recover a lot easier.
And Josh has just said in the chat that good race, fellas. You had to head straight off. No sprint legs for him. So Tristan, you didn't get to make egg on your face this time.
Oh, I was worried about that.
So Tristan said to the chat that Josh not a sprinter, so we got to use him for the
just
breakaway.
scaring him.
So he was worried that Josh might beat him in the sprint.
Who's the team with the aliens? They cleaned up today.
Is it the Jack?
Innovation, yeah.
Innovation. Oh, our team don't
Yeah.
like that. Them or my other old team don't like them.
The front sprint there, I think I've got 5 of them in front of me. I was like, geez, they would have cleaned up big time, I think.
Yeah, they've got some good sprinters. But they won't be good like later on in some of the other courses, so.
Yeah.
As long as we can beat Evo, get into second place.
Boys, what do you reckon? Like, I'm not saying this Thursday, but maybe one Thursday we should do one of the WTOL TTTs. Just have a practice run before the ZRL TTT.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm in for that. We can just go. We can go 95%. We don't have to kill ourselves.
Yeah. I don't know. It's always good just to get a practice run.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference if you're going to practice running because just communication, just knowing it's okay to say I need a rest or I can do more. Like last season, Josh was really good at doing an extra pull at the end.
I'm sorry, Brett. Were you trying to say something?
No. Yeah, I'll be in that for sure. This Thursday or whatever.
Look, I'm keen. Why don't we just post it and if we get enough interest, we'll go this Thursday.
Let me get rid of my metronome.
Yeah, next Thursday won't be a straight day, so it's a long weekend next Thursday, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, let's try and do this Thursday then. I'll do a post and maybe Jay or somebody can enter us in.
Yeah.
Beautiful boys, thanks for the ride. I'm working this Thursday night. Have fun, and yeah, we'll see you around.
When is the time trial? Not for a while yet.
Yeah, I'll have to look. I think It's definitely not. I don't think it's for the next 2 weeks.
Okay,
I'll have a
so
look and do it.
Yeah.
I'll have a look and do a post.
If we can't do it for a TTT like WTRL, we can just try and do one lap somewhere if it gets too hard.
Yeah, create an event or something. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we'll talk about your Discord.
Yeah. Righty, boys. I'm gonna head off as well. Great work as always, boys.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah,
Fun,
cheers.
guys.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah.
See ya. I think my microphone's too loud. Huh. So what do you think, guys? Is that a good tactic or not? I think, because Kelvin, well, you guys see me race with Kelvin and Ben Hill on that course, and we got away. And then we got caught on that hill because we were away. It was just enough to make it so only 3 or 4 got across, which killed their legs anyway. If we go later on that next hill, problem is everyone's getting ready for that next hill, so you can't get away. You could see even on the last lap, people went, but they didn't make a full-on blooded attack because you could see people were ready for it. So it all just came back together again. So yeah, that was my thinking, was go on this before this corner and then make it hard. We just only had 3. If we could get 5, maybe, but it did what its purpose was, which was to bring the course back into our favour. As you can see, we haven't got the out and out sprinters, so we have to make it hard. Thanks, Carl. No one's telling me I'm a knobhead. So either people who disagree, who don't want to say, or they agree with me, and I'm just yabbering on. But that was really hard. Like, I was teetering on the edge on that breakaway attempt, which is, well, it's a good thing really, because if you try and do a breakaway easily, it doesn't work. You need to make people chase hard. Josh and Muzz were pulling so hard. I should be pedaling, but maybe if I just change course, save that, and ride. I've got to get a photo, don't I? I always like a bit of sunshine. Oh, who's that big boy? We already got a timeline. Critical powers that matter. I think I'm doing
Hey Ben,
this.
how do you guys get on?
We were struggling with the sprints, and then we tried to break away on the 5th lap, which didn't succeed, but it made it much harder and it brought us back into the sprints. So we got, I forgot it was 3rd. I think we got 5 in the top 20 and 3 in the top 10.
Oh wow, okay, that's good. That's very good. Well, across the line you mean, so yeah.
Yeah, across the line. So the points,
Awesome.
I think Tristan got second first over line on the first lap, but after that we're struggling in the sprints. But we might try to make a breakaway, and Muzz and Josh just absolutely smashed it at the front. We didn't get away. We got half a lap, but it then turned the tide towards our fitness.
Right. The other guys.
So yeah, everyone was struggling, like everyone was hurting, but that's what we needed.
Yeah.
How'd you go?
Probably not quite as good. We got the odd points in the sprint, and then I think across the line we had a 13th, 15th, 16th, and 20th, so not top 10s, but chipping away at some points. I think I might have been about 8th in the first sprint, and then 5th in another sprint, and then probably 11th. I think I just missed out points in the second half. And then 16th across the line without having it. I had a ghost that was bloody useless. I had an arrow or a truck that probably would have been a couple of spots higher.
Yeah, I just got a thing in the chat from Mick in my stream saying we got provisionally first, which is awesome.
Oh, wow. Well done. consistency, I guess.
Well, that's the thing. We're getting beaten in the sprints, but I'm not sure whether it was being evenly distributed. So maybe that's what we got lucky with. Everyone was just sharing the sprints.
Yeah. That's sort of how it felt last week, isn't it? Like, we got some points, but I didn't think we'd be as high overall as we were.
Yeah, I think too also we're struggling with the fact that last time we were just absolutely dominating, and even when we're dominating, we're like, oh, I think we might have got first. Then we look at the results.
Yeah.
We're smashing it. It's hard to tell in a race.
Yeah.
Mick's saying he's not sure if it's been processed yet, but I think it's been pretty accurate.
Yeah.
The instant results have been pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, the games guys were, some of them were just happy to get some points, like, and me too, I guess. They come off last week barely scoring a point in the sprint, so they were just like, I want to get something.
Yeah, it's always good just to get 1 or 2 points. If you're just always just outside the points, it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
So
You prove to yourself you can do it.
yeah, it's just good to have, okay, there's some points against my name. I'm not
I don't.
Yeah, otherwise I could just roll around the back and do nothing and still get points.
Yeah, make the numbers up.
Yeah, I talk to backpedal a lot, and there's a lot of riders in backpedal in Division 1 for EMEA, and they're good riders, but they're just so frustrated because no matter what, they know they're going to get dropped because those sprinters are just so damn hard. Did you watch the Premier League race?
Nah, I've been under the pump away. So, yeah, feel like it's a bit ridiculous, mate.
Yeah.
What was it like?
It's really annoying how they changed the rules for Premier Division to make it look good on TV. So that the finals, because they give you hard on your points. It's top 4 get points, but it's heavily weighted to the first one over the line. So a lot of teams just don't bother, they just wait until the final sprint.
Oh, okay, so each sprint is only top 4.
Yeah, top 4, and so you get 10 for first, I think it's like 5 or 6 for second, 3 for third, and 1 for fourth, I think. So if you come fourth, it's almost not even worth it in terms of you're putting in max effort. And then the guys are all so strong that you're pretty much buggered for the rest of the race, unless you're Turgles or something.
Yeah, that's crazy. So that would make the horse a day racing there, I presume.
Yeah, and they've only got 6 races too, which is annoying.
Oh, that's probably because I'd imagine they struggle to get the top guys to show up for 10 or whatever it is.
Yeah, like with the Aero guys, they've all got NRS races, don't they? Or they might have finished one now, but they've all got their professional races. Well, not professional,
Exactly.
but team races.
Yeah, so you're not going to get them showing up for 10, you're just going to get some of them, and then they get DQ because they're not enough and all that sort of stuff. Doesn't look good.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need a real bike, you can just just get a crappy bike like my bike.
I think next week's going to be interesting. Looks like there's sprints, but my vague memory of that course is it's very undulating. If you don't pay attention, you can get dropped on the climb. It'll start climbing.
Yeah. I'm so bad with looking at the next races. I only just realise it's what race is next. Because when you race so much on Zwift, you kind of, unless it's Mercury Islands, like you do so many of those courses over and over again that I never bother with a recon ride. I just look at a few videos and then go, okay, I remember I did this and that.
Yeah. I was similar except for New York, which I just really struggle to remember. It all looks the same to me.
Yeah.
They're either in the sky or on the ground.
Yeah, like I took a while to get to it because you have no reference points in the distance. It's all the trees in the way.
Yeah, it's all just road and trees.
Yeah, and you need to know where those little hills are coming up just in case you don't put the power down.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's going to be constantly riding position and looking at the map and gradient upcoming.
I actually really love that course because it really suits my punchiness. I hate long climbs, but I like the little 30-second efforts.
Yeah, nice. I just have to hope I can get some Swift experience on Swift compared to some of the other guys.
What's speed division?
Division and get 2 points. Those guys, some of those games guys, don't go for the race. Or at least it's like their second ZRL, whereas like the
You're just breaking up a little bit, Nathan.
sorry.
That's all right.
I should probably get going anyway.
Yeah, cheers. I'll have a look at the results on Discord and see how you guys went.
Yeah. Cheers.
Have a good one.
See ya. Eat it.
I'm out of the chat now, not doing assignment. So what is it? Oceania 7 versus the line for B Division 1? Do you mean A Division 1, Mick? Or are you trying to confuse me in my stream? I'll time you out. So Ken, you don't ruin a real bike. Steering, you don't do anything. You can get steering, but it's all locked out in most races. You just ride. I've got my bike on a trainer. If you look up Wahoo tax, you can get a smart trainer or you can get a dumb trainer. If you want the most accurate, you need to have a smart trainer though, otherwise people get cranky at you. 7 sprints, okay. I get you now, Mick, so first sprint counted. Sorry, but I've got a bit of dust. Yeah, so that's the annoying thing, isn't it, Mick? That's why it's good that you got me streaming. You can figure out these things. Remember last season for McGurry Islands, our race finished 1 metre before the finish, so our last sector didn't count. Josh actually beat me in fastest through sector, but never counted, so I got the fastest through sector. So I got the bragging rights. But then they changed that finish. I'm not sure if they changed it after APAC or the other division, but by the time I got to you guys in EMEA, they moved it 1 metre behind the finish line. Yeah. That was funny. It was lucky for our team, it didn't make any difference, but it was very funny. Josh absolutely mauled me on that climb and I still beat him. Well, I didn't finish him over the line, but I got the fastest through sector. So Ken, you can buy a trainer, like a Watt bike or something. The cheapest way to get into it is to get a bike with a power meter on it, and then use a dumb trainer, which doesn't have a power meter, and then use a bike power meter. That's the cheapest way. And then you can also use a power meter outdoors on your bike. But if you get into it seriously, then people start getting a bit cranky. Kind of annoyed that you can't use your power on your bike because Zwift don't know how to program. But I don't want to get too much in that because it'll confuse you. Mick knows all about how confusing I am when it comes to power meters, bike trainers, dual-sided, single-sided. All you gotta know, Ken, is it gets complicated. But get into it if you can. It's just not it's just not really cheap. That's the problem. If you do it cheap, you got to pay for more later on. The best advice I've got to give you is get a smart trainer with plus or minus 2% at minimum, so you're not worrying about things down the line. I've got to stay out of that, Vic. The thing is, like, I understand why they don't, because they're trying to verify. Like, the whole point of it is just to make sure that other teams know that Backpedal are doing the right thing. But my issue is, if I'm not from Backpedal and I see people with duals that show 20 watts, 30 watts difference, to me I'm going, well, that looks really sus. So I'm not thinking, no, they're doing a good job trying to verify. I'm thinking, as someone from another team doesn't know them, those guys aren't, they're cheap. Which I don't want to say because it sounds bad, but it's just how I've always looked at duals when I've been riding and someone beats me. I look at it and it's like 6 or 7% difference. I'm like, well, something's wrong with that setup. And that's the problem with single-side, is then I'll look back at their history and I'll show sometimes it's 6%, sometimes it might be 2%, or even the other way. And that constant changing is what looks dodgy. Because that's the problem with single-sided, is that, like, even with me, I've seen, especially when I get tired, if I've done a really good long training block, my left and right balance changes significantly. Even just when I'm riding and I'm touching things, like I get a lot more right balance riding on the trainer when I'm streaming, because I spend a lot of time leaning over to the keyboard. So my right leg's getting more power for whatever reason, because I'm not on this side of the saddle. If I'm training and I'm not doing anything but training, my left leg sometimes is stronger. And so that can be a 5% difference. So sure, not everyone's doing what I'm doing. It's more the fact that if you're trying to show that you're legit, you don't want to be showing that you've got inconsistent results. Yeah. So dual, at least with dual, like you do get variance. That's the thing, even with my dual and my Asiomas and my kicker, and well, especially my kicker, but with the Dorito, there is a little bit of variance, but it's only like 1%. You'll see sometimes there's a little, like in a 60-second effort, you might get a little slightly higher spike somewhere, just because on a 60-second effort, you might just put a big heavy pedal in, which one of the trainers, or the trainer, or the whatever, the power meter doesn't pick up, or whatever, I don't know. But it's a whole rabbit hole. I understand backpedal's trying to make it so we look legit, which is legit, but there is the double-edged sword. That's the thing, Mick. So that's the other thing I look at. So if someone's using dual recording and their secondary device reads higher, that's not so bad. But when their secondary device reads lower, then I think, okay, are they using the device that's accurate, or are they using the device that gets a higher reading? Because I think there's kind of an unspoken rule in some teams that you use the device that reads lower. But the problem is, if that device is your power meter, then, because it's unusual really for a power meter to read lower than your trainer. But if it is your power meter, then you don't get to ride with the trainer on the high events. Yeah, that's it, Mick. Like, I think there's two things. There's one is trying to be legit, two, trying to make sure everyone's doing the right thing. But if everyone's, well, if people have only got one power meter, which is a left side power meter, then it gets tricky, because do you say, okay, sorry, but you have to still dual record, and if you want to look more legit, you got to go and buy something else, which, as I was saying, you can. It's expensive, this sport. I don't like the fact that I've got to go and buy a new trainer just if I want to ride in Premier League. So I kind of feel like if you've got a left side power meter, then do it with the team, but then don't post the dual record in Zwift, just because it can give other teams ammunition to say, look, these riders are all cheating bastards, which they're not. Yeah, Mick, it's good to see, like, if someone's doing that much difference, it's good then for people to think, okay, what's going on? But don't post that then in the dual records on Zwift Power. Keep that in-house, sort it out in-house. Don't give other teams ammunition, because every team's got those issues. And there are people who do cheat deliberately, but I know that people who are having those issues on backpedal, as you say, they're just figuring out those issues now. It's not them trying to cheat, it's them just trying to get with the technology. I've had those issues before with my stuff. So it's kind of, I didn't really want to have an argument with Tommy, I just wanted to try to explain to him. It just frustrated me that, anyway, I shouldn't have gotten, I didn't really get cranky, I just got like, what, I'm not talking about this anymore, which also has got cranky. But it's more, I just wanted to illustrate that putting all this stuff out, like, it's adding to stress. Like, I know a rider who was getting real stressed because the data wasn't reading correctly, and they're thinking about just chucking in doing ZRL because it made them look like an idiot. But that's not the point. Hey, Tommy. Yeah, like I know I came across as in don't get a left-sided power meter. It was more of a case of if you have the chance, don't buy a left-sided power meter. Wait and spend the money on the dual because it's better off for Zwift racing. I know you guys have got the left side, so that's what you've got. Yeah, okay, yeah, I was probably exaggerating in terms of dual recording. It makes it very hard to chase issues. So it's more just my experience with my dual. Like I've got my stages sitting over there. I ended up just taking it off the bike and throwing it away in anger because it just gave me so many headaches with Zwift. So Zwift does that, your watt balance, except with MPA. And what would happen was I'd constantly be flagging rides because it would say my FTP is this. Then I'd go and do a workout and be absolutely smashed by the workout. I had to turn everything down. So I'd go back into my Zwift, flag the ride, say the data's crap, and then have good workouts for a while. And then bam, I'd get another massive jump. And so it was just frustrating the hell out of me. So I ended up going with the Quark, and then got rid of the Quark and got my duos. And after I got my duos, I was kind of like, well, that's a phase of my life that I'm through. I don't have to worry about this whole data chasing thing, which is why I don't think you had to go and get duals. Yeah, like Nick said he was going to get duals or a coffee machine, and I was headed to say get the duos because it depends what you want in life. If you're quite happy with just riding around using your smart trader, because it's got a Neo. The Neo, you can't do anything in the Neo anyway, but I'd trust the Neo. You don't need the duos to trust the Neo. It is what it is. So for him, unless he's doing outdoor training, he doesn't need it. You can just get away with a single-sided and then just do what I do and just flag some of the rides sometimes. Yeah. It's just that I went with the GIs just because of my circumstances. And it was the greatest thing ever. But it's personal. I mean, I've got a crappy 10-year-old bike. I've got another crappy bike out the back that I broke and I can't afford to fix because the frame forks are buggered. So I chose to pay for the duos rather than other things. If I didn't go with the duos, then I could be riding a nicer bike. I still haven't changed the bar tape on this. It's just because I ride this all the time indoors, so I can easily just wash out the salt. Mind you, I'm not sure if washing it every single third ride is doing any good. I've noticed that seems to be more rust on it. I think what's happening is I'm just basically getting that salt activated by washing it. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the stages and 4 are accurate, but they're accurate to one side. Anyway, I don't want to keep going on Tommy. I just want Tommy to know I'm not pissed off at Tommy. There's just more the frustration at single-sided power meters coming back into my life. The pain of doing higher ground. If anyone's ever done Zwift and done higher ground, that workout kicks your butt. And it's not supposed to kick your butt, but it kicks your butt. And when you've got left-sided power, it kicks your butt even more. It makes you feel like a complete useless twat. Oh, you gotta watch my intro. If you do anything, just watch the intro. And then we did a breakaway attempt on lap 5. Yeah, we didn't get a breakaway, but we turned the tide. We're getting smashed in the fastest through sector and first at line because we're not sprinters. We're all a pack of all-rounders. Well, Muzz is a good sprinter. Josh is really strong, obviously. You've seen Josh in FRR. But Tristan, Nathan wasn't with us today, Luke, we're all there or thereabouts, but we're not picking up big points. So we got got Nathan and Muzz pushed on really hard too. We didn't get away, but we really sapped their power, turned the tide. I haven't looked at the results yet, but we definitely did better in the second last sprint and the finish. Yeah, definitely. It made a big tide turn. Like I was there or thereabouts, and the sprints were getting nothing. And the good thing is that U-turn corner, after that sprint, it's so good to have that rest on that U-turn corner. It's only a couple of seconds, but that rest is so good. Yeah, Kelvin was with me that day we did that breakaway at Ben Hill. Kelvin doesn't want to ride with me again. I think what it is, Tommy, so it did it, Mick? Yeah, it felt it. Because you know in Zwift, there is never any no pedaling except for when you're at the top of a hill. But all of the other sections you can get a little bit of soft pedaling in, but not that consistent. And when everyone else around you is still pushing on 5 or 6 watts per kilo, it's gold. It's like having a power up. That's what I was doing. I'm going to check Zert, see if I got a breakthrough. Because I've had a really good training block. Probably says it on my Strava too if I got a breakthrough. Yeah, it says I got a breakthrough, so let's see what the breakthrough size was. 3 watts to my FTP. I'll see if I can share my graph. Let's see, studio mode. Zert, where is Zert? Split screen replay. Zert. Sorry guys for this extremely exciting. There we go, okay. So, I'm going to Zert. Yep. So, if I go into Zert, as you can see here, this is the breakaway. So if I go to my MPA, advanced MPA, previous signature. So, yeah, you can see that was, that was actually at the sprint. Oh, where is it actually? Which lap? This is up. Here's the breakaway. Yeah. Okay. So, if you can see up here on this map here, you can see where I am. So I didn't go hard at the sprint. I just wanted to follow through. And there's all these little kicks to try and keep away. And then you can see here I was thinking, oh crap, if this goes any harder I'm gone. I was all heading to that roundabout, or that U-turn. And then second last sprint, went all out. So dug into my MPA, that's why it gave me an update. And then the last sprint, this must have been that push up that hill. Yeah, it was a push up the hill. And then the last sprint. Wasn't my best effort, but I knew glycogen depletion. That's why I would have had like 80 grams of sugar today. You can see here, just digging in, recovering, digging in, recovering. Yeah, Mick, but that's the thing though. I was thinking about why we attack there. Because everyone wants to recover. No one wants to go. Oh, I've got my Zwift thing in the... How do I get rid of that? Which one is it? Oh, that one. There we go. So, because the pack slows down to 33 kilometers an hour in that corner, if you can attack to that corner, people are trying to bridge to you and they're going to pedal hard through the corner. So you've got 3 or 4 seconds where they're putting in a dig and they're not going anywhere. You might get as you come out of the corner, the pack's going to start obviously rolling you down a bit, but you're going to hope that they give up. But for us, they didn't give up. But if we went later on the hill, everyone else is thinking the same thing. Like if you watch any other race, there's always that little 3% bump just before the hill. I've forgotten what it's called because I'm not in England. People go hard there, then they go hard on the bump. So if we attack, we're just basically attacking with everyone else. So we probably could have gone there and might have worked, but I wanted to risk something different. Something that people don't usually do. None of the recon things are talking about that U-turn at all. And it worked beautifully when Ben Hill did it with me. Admittedly, we had Ben Hill, and it wasn't a team race, it was the classics, which is what I was thinking. But what I knew though is that it would break up the race because mashed potato is too good if we just let him have rest. And it didn't succeed in a breakaway, but it turned the tide. So, yes, there might have been better ways, but you got to execute your plan. Which we did. We could have had more riders, but we were all buggered. So, look at me riding perfectly along this white line. Get out of the way, son. I don't want to see me riding on that white line. Let me do that. I'm off the line now. And I think if you're a strong sprinter group, obviously don't do it. So Tommy, with your group, if you're doing well on the sprint points, don't shake the race up. Keep it as going as what you've got. But if you're not getting good sprint points, shake it up. Daz Carter did it as well, but he did it 3 laps to go in the classics. Or was it? Yeah, 3 laps to go. I think he did it on lap 3. Or maybe lap 4. And didn't stay away. That's why we went in lap 4. Lap 5, I should say. I always think lap 4 because... Anyway. Second last lap. Tristan and I decided that was probably best time to go. Last lap, people are too... Well, do it on the second last lap. If it fails, you made the race hard and then you can sit back in the group and rest. If you do it on the last lap and it fails, you get chased down and you're buggered. You haven't got a sprint. Do it on the third last lap. Well, that's really difficult to, if you do get away. Good for first over line. But you could see those sprint, so changing topic again, to the finish. That was really difficult to time those sprints, Mick. I tried starting from the back for the fastest through sector and I was going, not backwards, but I wasn't going forwards. I tried going early and I was really good till 50 minutes to go, then I got swamped. Thanks, Tommy. It's really difficult to judge that, Mick. I think it's also the fact that I don't have the sprint power. So my timing has to be absolutely perfect. I can't afford to be getting it wrong. I think I might have got one good sprint timing. But even then. Oh, I can hear Zwift. Good thing is I've got Discord, so for those that use ABS, I've swapped out, I made another channel, Discord, so that I can mute Discord but still have my music and Zwift and things coming through. So I think Zwifts should be on my Discord sounds as well. I can hear it through my headphones. You should be able to hear the wind Zwift sound now. I'm turning. You shouldn't hear it. No, you should hear it. Cheers, Mick. Hopefully I gave you guys a little bit of insight into your races. I'm going to go and see. I'm going to check now. I can do it on my. While you guys are all heading off, I'll check to see what the results are. I probably haven't got the music going through my headphones. Maybe I'll change that now. Hopefully it's not too loud. I better turn the sound down first before I do that. Just so I don't blow people's eardrums out. There we go. Now I can hear the music. I don't want to go end. Okay. Look at that helmet. I actually don't really like the colour of the helmet because I go with the kit, but still a bit of kit that people haven't got unless you won the Zwift series. I'm glad they make it so it wasn't just Division 1 who gets the helmet, because it's kind of seemed crap that you win ACAT division and you don't get it. And even if, like, someone wins, I'm not bagging out DCATs, but still, DCAT Division 1 wins and they get the helmet. ACAT Division 2 wins, they don't get the helmet. Seemed a little bit strange. What they should do is only give you the helmet for the one season, and then they take it off you again for next season to keep it. Otherwise, eventually, like in what, 3 years' time, a lot of people will have the helmet. What am I looking at? Results. League table. Oh, we're on top of the table. Hey, so what did we get in the bike race? Geez, that was big outcome. If I'll put it on the stream, because otherwise I'm just talking to myself. Is that player? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, bright pink. Jonas, that would be great. Something that really stands out. A Tron helmet. A glowing Tron helmet. Surely that's the thing to go for, isn't it? And then you can change the colours like you do with the Tron. That would be mega. Okay, what am I doing? I got distracted by my Tron helmet. Alrighty, so we got third in round 1 and first in round 2. Team ZWC, which is a lot of Japanese riders, they got fourth, 1, 2, 3, fourth, fifth for Evo. New Zealand Frodo, third, Alien second. They were getting a lot of points in the sprint, I think. Obviously this is provisional, so we shall wait This is what happened last round as well, but they were accurate. But that would be mega if those are the end results. Poor old next gen, we beat them up again. I think they had less riders usually. They've got 4 riders. How did... A2. Aero gains. What's that, 15? I'm really bad at maths, aren't I? Is that 6? But Nathan was saying that they were getting points, some of the riders, which is good, because they got 1 more than last week. Not sure if they had all their riders. Where's the overall? So we're second on finish points, but we absolutely smashed it on first at line points this time. Not so good fastest through sector. I think we got more points last week. But I think our finish points is really good this race. That's what must be really close, I reckon, for the race points. Oh, anyway, back to me trundling around. Thanks, Jonas, for the calculations. And you know, I enter data for my job. That's my job, is basically take numbers here and put them in there. Take them here, put them in there. That's why I'm bad at it. I don't get paid much money. So I did my video intro today, a new one. It was a that or shave, and you can see what happened. So definitely go back to I might play it on the outro too. It's really annoying that you guys all race when I should be sleeping. Whitney does her late night tutoring, but she's also getting into voiceover work. She's currently trying to practice and chase some voiceover work because of the fact that she speaks so many languages. So the best time for her to record is obviously in the middle of the night when there's no traffic noise. Awesome. Still got you in it. I just like the top of the mountain. I think just like I wasn't obviously Everesting when you did it, like, so it wasn't my Everest, but I've done the Everest. And I just like seeing it and just remembering the freaking effort that goes through to get there, and the absolute relief you get as you go over the top of that. Yeah, it is a good one. I think that was your 6th ascent. Anyway, getting back to, so Whitney stays up late doing her work and her study, so then it makes it so I stay up late. But then I'm starting to go to sleep just as you guys are all firing up for your races. So I get too worked up. And I think I'll just watch the beginning of the race, and then I end up watching too much of the race, and then I end up the sun comes up before I go to sleep. Good thing is we don't have to do that again. No more Everesting for us. What I laugh about is Ian. I'm never doing that 16-hour ride again, and then he's like, I'm going to do it trenching now. He's already forgotten about that effort. Yeah, that's the issue. So, because I go to sleep so late, I miss South Americans. I think Ali's in New York now. pretty certain he moved to the States. But I know he's in, I'm trying to remember, San Francisco? I remember he sent me I'm sure he's in San Francisco or somewhere nice to ride. Maybe north. Have I really ridden for 41 minutes after my race? God, I talked a lot of crap. I think I'm just typed about. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's moved yet. I know that was what the plan was. I'm trying to think, Seattle. I think it's Seattle that he was. Or somewhere next to Seattle. He could come in and tell me I'm a total idiot and I got it wrong. And he's moved to New Zealand. But speaking of scary traffic, Nick was here before saying that he had to face the scary traffic of the parents taking their kids to school or bringing them back from school. Taking them to school, I suppose, at this time in the morning. That's what I dislike about Melbourne. Australia's such a car culture because as soon as you're outside the cities, you need a car. There's too much distance between our towns and shops. You can't, there's no bus services, there's no train services because it's just too sparse for the system to support it. So Australia's a real car-centric culture. So if you're an idiot riding around a Lycra, you definitely get like you fucking idiot, get off the road sort of thing. And it's better in the inner suburbs. That's what I found when I was doing my courier work. When you're in the inner suburbs, you get treated a lot better. Once you get to the outer suburbs, you definitely are a target. Yeah. Even in Barcelona, I think you guys probably think, oh, Barcelona is terrible for traffic compared to Netherlands and Belgium. Basically, all that area that you're in is just so cycling friendly. But even when I go to Barcelona, to me it just seems like such a friendly city to cyclists. My friends are freaked out, but I like it. I like going up north to Ballina. I was actually quite surprised, but I found roads that have got dirt on them. Not the whole road, but you just need a bit of dirt on the road. People avoid the road, so you get a lot less car traffic. And it was a Sunday, so I think the people driving on the Sunday were just tourists. So everyone that went past me was only doing 40 or 50 kilometers an hour and giving me plenty of space. It's a bit like where, well, not the same location, but it's like Shane Miller, who's really enjoying riding the gravel bike at the moment. Because in Australia, if you get on the gravel roads, you don't have the traffic. Yeah, it's all relative, isn't it? People think that the Spanish are a bit more crazy, but it's because compared to where you are, like you obviously have idiots on the road everywhere. But the more people that cycle, the better it is for cyclists. Don't get me wrong, Australia's got some fantastic cycling routes, but it's just the culture is still pretty toxic towards cyclists.